The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie Gopalan puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Upon on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets. Vanderwerf getting the ball to Spies, and she pounds one down and puts it off the arms of Delaney Rudinger and out of bounds. Walda's going to get it near the middle, and DeVries pushes it off to the right. Off to the races the other way. Throws it up to Emba, throws it down and in. Unbelievable alley-oop to Ben Emba. Throws it down for the two. What a feed into Ben Emba from Will Sines.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scores!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at RadioPlusInfo.com.
Yeah, welcome to Oakfield High School. Steve Witterhack with you. Jeff Sauer doing the video streaming, and hopefully we're coming over all right. Not always the greatest reception that we get when we come over here as far as our internet and getting onto that here, but cloudy conditions, a bit breezy, maybe some on and off sprinkles we'll have throughout the game, but again, the Oakfield Oaks, ranked number 2 in Division 5, taking on a team out of the East Central Conference, the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers in this ball game. Oakfield, coached by Rob Schaefer, 7-1 on the season. They're just ranked behind Assumption at number 2 now in Division 5 girls softball, and a little disappointing year last year, kind of a quick ending, but the year before that it was a state championship, and it's been pretty commonplace here to get down to Goodman Diamond or up to Green Bay or wherever they're going to have the state tournament. They're willing to head in that direction. For KML, coached by James Ott, 2-3 on the season, and looking at them in the ECC, it is a Kewaskum leading that conference at 4-0, Winneconne at 3-1, Plymouth at 3-3, KML at 2-1, and Waupun. The Lady Warriors, a nice strong team, young team that I've got to see a few times, and they are sitting at 1-1 in conference play right now, but they just got going in conference stuff. So, Jeff, how are we looking in there?
So far, it looks like we're doing okay, Steve.
Excellent.
The only thing is, obviously, you're going to see a little bit different angle than we normally have. We're looking right straight through the wire fencing here, so it's not quite up as high as we'd like. One of these times, we'll see if we can get here a little bit earlier, and maybe I can mount a tripod up on the roof, which would really give us a good shot here. But we're going to go in and out with the Wi-Fi from what I can tell, but so far we've been strong.
Thought we were going to get an umpire cam, get one to put him on his hat so he's looking out there.
Hey, I could probably swing something like that.
Yeah, you got all the toys, I know you do, for this. So, again, looking forward to seeing Oakfield for the first time this year. Always a great team, and we always cover them throughout their run and deep runs every single season into the playoff season, and we'll be doing that again this year, and a few other of their conference games that we'll be watching also here throughout the year. So it looks like we might just be going out in the field. Let's take a break right now. We'll come back and we'll see if there's a national anthem at all, but it looks like they're just getting ready to play. So let's take a minute break, come back with the beginning of today's game. Oakfield at home against KML, the Chargers. Back after this on Radio Plus.
Clear.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Holman family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Holman.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, go Oaks in your game today. Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib. Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
We're back.
Not on, Jeff. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Sorry about that. I turned the wrong button. My apologies, Steve.
Okay, we are back and a couple pitches into the game. Allie Lamanska in the pitching circle for the Oakfield Oaks. And a hard hit ball of their leadoff hitter, Mackenzie Leering, takes it out to right center field. So a leadoff hit for Leering to get the Chargers going. Brooklyn Bartelt coming up next. She'll be followed by Jada Schultz, Emily Havorka, Gabby Klubertons, Elizabeth Elke, also Haley Hess batting 7th, and Kira Schultz and Kaylee Schwister. He is batting 10th, the designated hitter. We'll take a look at Oakfield defensively. Runner goes on the first pitch, throw down to second base, and runner safe at second now for the Chargers. And aggressive right off the first pitch to the second batter. Savannah Tapp behind home plate. Alexis Liebenau is the first baseman. Krista Sabel over at second base. Daniil Tadman is the shortstop. And Caitlin Valbright is over at third base. Next pitch in. That's going to miss high and away. The outfield now for Oakfield. Marissa Kotke in left field. Olivia Robinson, the center fielder, and Ryan Vielbig. Vielbig is the right fielder. So quick leadoff single for KML, the Chargers. They get a base runner on, now standing at second base with Leering over there. Another bunt attempt by the right-handed hitter Bartelt, trying to get that runner over to third base.
Got the spinning wheel of death, so I'm not sure what's happening there. I'm going to do a reset, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll just keep on going on my end.
I got you recording.
This one's going to miss and get past the catcher, tapping back to the backstop, so they do get their runner over to third base anyway. 3-1 the count now to Brooklyn Bartelt, to Jada Schultz awaiting on deck. And that runner over third base, and that one catches the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch there by Lamanska. Taking a look at Ellie's pitching stats for the year. She's 4-1 on the season with a 1.22 ERA and 34 strikeouts. 3-2 pitch on the way for Lamanska. That's popped in the infield. And just heading back a few steps is Daniil Tadman, the shortstop, and hauls it in for the out. So a pop out over to shortstop Daniil Tadman, and that'll put one out on the board, but still that runner standing over at third base, and that will bring up Jada Schultz, the second baseman, right-handed hitter. No stats on the KML team, but all the stats in WIS Sports available for Oakfield. It's kind of nice to have. That one catches the strike zone for a called strike. No offer from Schultz.
Yeah, it's nice that they would have all of that stuff continued to stay balanced, especially for purposes like this. But I know there's also fans that go out there and watch.
And this one kind of jams her, and that's going to be picked up at shortstop by Tadman, and it's going to bring the first baseman off the base. Liebenau has to come off the base to one hop the stop over there, and runner is safe over at first base. Pretty sure her foot was way off the base.
It's a good thing I can't get a decent camera shot right down there.
Well, you're going to call. Yeah, her foot was way off the base. I thought she got it back in time, but okay, well, they say she is out. She's heading out. No argument with the first base coach for KML, but that does bring a run in, 1-0 in favor of the Chargers. That'll bring up their cleanup batter, Emily Havorka. That was a little kind of odd there. I mean, it seemed pretty obvious from this angle that her foot was way off the base on that one, but maybe she got it back. I don't know. Next one's going to miss high and away. 2-0 the count to Emily Havorka, first baseman, batting in that cleanup spot. Base is empty right now. We've got 2 down. And a 1-0 score here, top of the first inning in favor of the Chargers. Gabby Kluberton is waiting on deck for the Chargers. Here's the pitch from Lamanska right down Main Street. Taking all the way was Havorka. It's 3-1 the count now on Emily Havorka.
Red 27.
Comes the 3-1 pitch. Ooh, brings some heat and underneath it with the swing as Havorka puts her down to the now at 3-2 on the count. And nobody on base. Gabby Klubertons waiting on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Lamanska. That one is fouled back and out of play. Count remains at 3-2. A little bit better fence these last few years than when they having the snow fence they had the last few years here at Oakfield.
Yeah, it does look like a nice upgrade.
Oh, and again, just bringing the heat and challenging her, and a swing and a miss by Havorka. She goes down swinging, but not before they do get one base hit, get that runner to third base, and finally bring her in 1-0 after 1/2 inning here at Oakfield. Back in 90 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 1 on Radio Plus.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Looking to boost that bottom line? Check out the Massey Ferguson 7700S Series tractor at Waupun Equipment Company. These versatile machines have a wide selection of engine, transmission, and hydraulic specs so you can get the perfect machine for the work you need it to do. High-quality engineering and the latest precision farming tools add value and help you find new ways to be profitable. All this from the straightforward, dependable Massey Ferguson 7700S Series. See Waupun Equipment in Waupun, Watertown, and Eden for details.
We're back.
Okay, we are back at Oakfield High School. Like I said, KML comes up with a base hit, but do get a run across the plate and lead this game 1-0 after 1/2 of inning. Let's take a look at Oakfield offensively. Tennille Tadman will lead things off, followed by Marissa Kotke. Olivia Robinson batting third. Cleanup batter is Caitlin Volbright. Allie Lamanska batting fifth, followed by Savannah Tapp, Alexis Liebenow, also Krista Sabel, and Ryan Vielbig. Here's the batting order for Oakfield. Katie Brandt, who's not batting in the batting order, but she is pitching. Right-handed pitcher in the pitcher's circle. Gabby Klubertons behind home plate. Emily Havorka over at first base. Second base is Jada Schultz. Mackenzie Luring at short. And third baseman is Brooklyn Bartelt for the Chargers. Here's her first pitch now for Brandt, and that's going to miss high into Tennille Tadman. Left to right in the outfield for the Chargers. Haley Hess, Elizabeth Elke, and Kira Schultz. 1-0 the count to Tennille Tadman. Next one catches the inside part of the plate. Makes the count now 1-1. Doug Mock here does a great job over here as the activities director, athletic director. Activities, a little bit of everything.
Steve, you'll have to ask him if he wants to go on air and talk a little bit, because he can borrow my headset.
We'll put them on. We'll talk about what's going on with Oakfield. This one is slapped out towards left field, and right at the left fielder drops it. Boy, a hard line drive over at Haley Hess. Can haul it in for the out, so first batter on board. But if the catchable ball ever kind of handcuffed the left fielder who was coming in on that one. Runner at first base, nobody out. Marissa Kotke, the left fielder, coming up for Oakfield. A bunt attempt by Kotke. Marissa batting .643 on the season, just a junior. Pretty young team, according to I talked to the Oakfield people on the young Oakfield squad they put out there. And this one bunted about 10 feet up the line. That's picked up. They throw to first. They do get the out over there. Made it close over there. Good wheels up the line by Kotke, but they just got her. But a nice sack bunt. Puts the runner over at second base.
perfect location. She really did hustle up the line. It was a much closer play, I think, than they were expecting.
That'll bring Olivia Robinson, the center fielder, up to bat. Olivia batting .600 on the season. Some pretty hefty batting averages so far for the Oakfield Oaks. A tough team for any of the Division V schools to handle. That's why they got to really try to go get some better competition by playing bigger schools. Losing 4-2 last week Friday to New Holstein in that ball game, and it's a really good team. It's had a big, strong team, according to the coach. Rob Schaefer, the head coach for the Oakfield Oaks. Next pitch, he is fouled back into the screen. So runner at second, still a 1-0 lead for the visiting Chargers of Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Yeah, great hospitality here, a lot of great experiences over the years with Oakfield softball. Their baseball team going to state last year. Follow their basketball teams and their volleyball team. That's a called strike. And their 8-man football team. I don't know if you've done any of those 8-man games, Jeff?
I did. It was a blast. It was the first time I ever had watched 8-man play, and it was actually played right here on this field here, and it was fun to watch. They had a really good team. They just couldn't string everything together towards the end, but I thought they did a great job.
Next pitch is a hit. Down the first base line, but just slices a little bit foul by a few feet. Puts the count now at 1-2 to Robinson. And Katie Brandt in the pitcher's circle. I mentioned the outfielder not for KML, Haley Hess, Elizabeth Elke, and also Kira Schultz. That one was not connected onto my stuff there, thanks, Doug. Next pitch is going to miss high. Yeah, puts the count at 2-2. Yeah, numerous state championships, a lot of trips down to Goodman Diamond. I didn't get to that game in those games a couple years ago when they won up at UWGB. They played it up there. 2-2 pitch. That one bounces across home plate for ball 3. Count is now 3-2. Runner at second with 1 down for Oakfield. Caitlin Volbright is awaiting on deck. 3-2 pitch now for Katie Brandt. Brandt's pitch kind of works high with a little bit of a rise ball, and that one's fouled out of play, and staying alive is Robinson. Fouls one off to see if she can see maybe a better pitch to hit than that one.
She did a great job of getting the bat on that ball. It was a good rise ball coming in here right at her eyes. Slapped it, just fouled.
Another 3-2 pitch for Brandt. And this one's hit hard out to left center field, and it is off the fence. That's going to bring a run in, and heading over to second base is Robinson with an RBI double. Olivia Robinson with a double. Nice hard shot right off the fence out in left center field. Got all of that one. We're tied at 1 apiece. So 1 run in, still only 1 down. And now cleanup batter in the lineup, Caitlin Volbright stepping to the plate. And that one a diving attempt by the third baseman, can't get to it. The shortstop does pick it up. They throw it over to third base, and nobody calling anything, so a runner must be safe over at third base, but they do get the runner to third.
Actually, the home base umpire, surprisingly, he ran all the way down and covered. He was down there, and he did make the safe call. But it's a good thing it wasn't an overthrow, because there would have been nobody at home to make the call.
Okay, so they get Volbright out over. Nice play by the shortstop, Leering over there. Had to throw a rope over to first to get that out. They still made a very close play at third base. It's a pretty solid-looking infield with some pretty good arms here for the Chargers. It'll really test Oakfield, and that's what they want. That's what they're looking for when they go against some of these bigger schools. They want to be challenged.
Go ahead.
No, just they just have to produce some runs and just come up, just not going off for 6 runs, 7 runs in an inning. They got a team that's going to test them a little bit, and that's why they bring in these bigger schools and playing New Holsteins and playing Kettle Moraine Lutheran. And that one hard, a shot right past Brooklyn Bartelt. Ellie Lamanska with the base hit and an RBI for the Oakfield Oaks.
Wow, good hard hitting. Just watching it from back here, you can really see it and hear the connection off of the bat. I think the last time where they had that little timeout, I think Coach Schaefer was asking down there if they pulled their foot over at first base. That's what it looked like the official was talking about, and the first base official stuck with his call.
Okay. If I was KML, I would have been questioning that one from for the top half of the inning. But
right.
Oakfield now putting a couple across the plate. Now, when they get their bat on it, hitting it hard. Savannah Tapp now stepping to the plate for Oakfield. So runner at first base, and first ball into Tapp. That one misses high and away for ball one.
Good start here by the Oaks to get those runs pushed across. Still have a base runner on with with 2 outs.
Oakfield's always been known for just being really aggressive, very fast on the base pass. This is their main girls' sport in this town, and they can really run you right off the field. They never really have a lot of really tall players and big players on the team. Not a lot of them. They're usually kind of littler than teams they normally play, but man, they are softball players first and foremost in Oakfield. 1-1 the count now to Tapp. This one's going to miss well high. Runner goes. A play over at second and safe. Good job by Oakfield. They're going to run her over to second base.
Good call there by Coach, knowing that it was a rise ball was coming with an even count there, and getting her into second base now, right into scoring position with a base hit here.
2-1 the count now to Savannah Tapp. Runner at second in scoring position. Field looking for a little base hit to bring him in. It's like everybody on the batting order is about 400 or 500 in batting average, and some up in the 600 range. So they've been having a great season offensively so far. And then you got a nice experienced pitcher with Allie Lamonska on the pitcher's circle. Brings back a pretty good team, even though they're considered young, and a lot of good experience on the team too. 3-1 the count now to Savannah Tapp. Here's the pitch. That is off the first baseman's glove. She knocks it down. A race over to first base and gets the runner out there, but not before Oakfield comes up with 2 base hits, 1 error during the inning. 2 runs cross home plate, and after 1 complete, Oakfield leading 2-1. Back in 1 minute with the top of inning number 2 at Oakfield High School on RP Sports.
Hi, this is Bucky with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Wisconsin weather, it goes through the phases, like us. Whether you need a repair to your current system or an upgrade to a brand new one, we have you covered in all seasons and all phases. Ask about our Guardian maintenance plans to help keep your units running efficiently and reliably all year through. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday night fish fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
Hey, welcome back to Oakfield High School. Steve and Jeff with you here at a nice, beautiful diamond that they have here. And I like the fence that they put up here. I'm not sure how many years we had that fence up here, Doug, with the newer fence that they put up here instead of the snow fence.
15 years, probably.
15 years with this fence?
New one coming in, buddy.
We got a new one. Wow.
The rec department's buying a new one.
Oh, is that for the part of that grant you got? Or,
the rec department, our youth program.
Okay. Yeah, well, they got a new fence coming in here, so upgrades, and the girls deserve it over here. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and they use the facilities for nothing, so they're able to raise a lot of money in the rec.
Yeah, they do a little fundraising, so that's good.
And, through their tournaments, a generous thought for,
Hey, why don't you send Doug in here? I'll throw my headset on him.
If you want to go and by Jeff, we can throw our headset on you over there if you want to talk a little bit about what's going on here. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He can call a little bit of the game as well.
He said he's coming in. He said he's coming in a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Next pitch by Lamonska is going to miss low. 1-2 the count now to Gabby Klubertons. Elizabeth Elke waiting on deck. Number 6 in the batting order. Should be followed by Haley Hess. This pitch is going to miss high. 2-2 the count See Klubertons, that one well high, about eye level. Thanks for joining us. We got 3 games coming up this week. Waupun boys baseball game coming up tomorrow against Ripon. That one starts about 4:30 or so. It'll be a nice battle in the East Central Conference. Always a great rivalry between those two teams. And a little Central Wisconsin Christian baseball coming up against the Oakfield Oaks boys baseball team. 2-2 pitch is going to sail high. Puts the count now at 3-2. KML trying to get that leadoff hitter on just like they did in the first inning and got that runner across the plate. 2-1 the lead now for Oakfield on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Took a little off that one, a swing and a foul back into the screen off the bat of Klubertons. Keeps the count at 3-2. See, we got the orange pinstripes now with the white jerseys. I do miss their pants they had before with the black and orange. The one swung on, and behind that one, and Klubertons a swing, but fouls it off into the screen right in front of her team's bench on the first base side. Keeps the count at 3-2.
I like the orange pinstripes. It looks really sharp.
Yeah, those look good, but I was just so used to, you could see them from a mile away. It was Oakfield with the ones they'd had for years. Oh, and pulls the string on that one, a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Allie Lamanska. And good for Oakfield to get that leadoff batter out. Elizabeth Elke, the center fielder, steps to the plate, another right-handed hitter. Haley Hesse waiting on deck.
Yellow 6.
So bases clear, 1 down. 2-1 lead for Oakfield. This one's on the ground. That's going to get picked up by Volbright at first, kind of low over to first, and they say safe over at first. Got it. Either pulls her out, and she didn't have it in her glove when she hauled it in. He says got to pull her off the base, so runner safe by error by the throw from the third baseman or the attempt by the first baseman. So 1 down, runner at first base, and that will bring up Haley Hess. Just a bit of a few sprinkles out here. Nothing that I have to get the umbrella out for yet, even though I have a computer out here with me. That's going to go off the glove of the catcher, tap and back to the screen, allowing the runner Elke to get over to second base. Yeah, a lot of exciting things. Great atmosphere over here at Oakfield. I know they got a grant. I don't think for anything for their sports department, for their education over here at Oakfield, but nice little community. Always friendly people over here at Oakfield. We'll make our trips over here. Especially if you have to go in the gym and do a game for basketball or volleyball, put you on the stage normally. This is hit over towards second base and picked up by Sobel. Throws to first to get the out. That does advance the runner over to third base. So that tying run standing over at third. 2 down. Runner at third base. No runners yet to cross home plate. It's top half of inning number 2, but a 2-1 lead for Oakfield, and that'll bring up number 8 in the batting order, Kira Schultz, the right fielder. Right-handed hitting batter. That one right across down Main Street, and a called strike. No offer from Schultz. Again, Elke standing over at third base for the Chargers, trying to tie this game up. The 0-1 pitch from Lamanska, again kind of working that same part of the plate, a swing and a miss this time. Well behind it on the swing by Schultz, makes the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch now for Allie Lamanska. Goes high with a rise ball and strikes her out. 2 strikeouts. He had a 1 runner reach. Get all the way to 1.5 here at Oakfield. It is Oakfield leading the Chargers of KML by a score of 2-1. Oakfield's half of inning number 2 in just 60 seconds on Radio Plus.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Okay, we are back at Oakfield High School. I'm Steve Witterhack. We got Jeff Sauer helping me out with the broadcast and doing all the video work. He's doing all the hard work. I just bring my little bag with the stats in it, and Jeff brings like all these cases of equipment. And we are really thankful that you're here for us, even during baseball. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. It's been fantastic. And I really appreciate jumping in occasionally on the broadcast. So thanks a lot for that. And
no problem.
We're going to see the sun's out, so I'm going to see if I can get those other cameras set up.
Well, this is off the bat of Alexis Liebenau and just pulls it just barely. Fouled on the third base line for a strike. Puts the count 0-2 on Alexis. Number 7 in the batting order. Should be followed by Krista Sabel, then Ryan Vielbig. So 0-2 the count on Alexis Liebenau. Batting .500 on the season. That's pretty good production out of your number 7 hitter in the batting order. That's the next one go. Count is now 1-2. Yeah, and Jeff will even hop in, not even if we're not doing a radio game or a Radio Plus sports game, and he does it through his own business too. So, Jeff, maybe you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Friday. I think the Waupun Warriors are going to be taking on Howard's Grove.
This one's hit over toward shortstop. Leering picks it up, bobbles it, throws to first, and not in time. So an error by Mackenzie Leering over at shortstop, and Liebenau safe over at first base.
I still was impressed, even though she didn't get him, which you're not going to usually in a bobble in softball, but she stuck with it and was able to find it and made it closer than I thought it would be.
That'll bring up Krista Sabel to the plate, batting .438 on the season, right-handed hitter. First pitch in from Katie Brandt. Bunt attempt, trying to move that runner over to second base, but fouls it back to the screen for strike one. Let's see what class Krista's in. She's a sophomore. Like I said, a lot of young players, non-seniors on the team and key players for the Oakfield Oaks. A lot of teams around the area kind of like that, Jeff, that we've been running into the Waupun and boys and girls softball teams and baseball team. Nice bunt. First baseman picks it up, throws to first, gets the out. And Oakfield trying to get a couple of bases on this. And they end up getting tossed out over at third base. Does Liebenau. Sabel did her job, but Oakfield trying for 2 bases, and they do get the throw over to third base, which they kind of did that and made it a close place earlier in this game, last inning, but they get a double play. And now bases are clear with 2 down, and Ryan Vielbig, number 9 in the batting order, coming up to bat.
Yeah, I think Kettle Moraine Lutheran was ready for this one. I think that Oakfield caught him by surprise on that on that steal the last time.
And this is hit opposite field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit off the bat of number 9 batter Vielbig, and she's going to stretch it into a double. A nice job there by Vielbig, making it over there. Perfect hit right down the line, opposite field off the left-handed hitter's bat. And Oakfield again in business with 2 down, runner at second base. Back to the top of the order.
Yeah, as you were talking, Steve, there is a lot of young talent, and it's going to be here for a while for both the Waupun and for Oakfield from what we're seeing here.
And back to the top of the order to Neil Tadman. Got on with an error back in the first inning and scored. Called strike in the first pitch into her. Nice looking hit from opposite field off the bat of Vielbig to get herself over to second base and put Oakfield in a threat position again with that 2-1 lead. Like to stretch that out, that runner in. And here's one, that was a bad hop, but a nice stop over by their third baseman, Brooklyn Bartell, picks it up. I thought that was going to jump over her glove, and a good job getting that glove up there and getting the throw across the field. So Oakfield comes up empty here in the inning. And that double by Vielbig, she's stranded over at second base, and they come up empty. Score 2-1 after 2 complete at Oakfield.
Broxma Electric of Waupun. See, Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. Contact your state of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. See Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Katie's Log Cabin of Oakfield is a proud sponsor of today's game. Great specials, including Tuesday, $3 off pizza serving 5 till 9. Wednesday, wing special serving 3 till 9. Thursday, rotating special 11 till 9. A Friday fish fry from 11 until 9. And Saturday, fish fry all day and prime rib starting at 4, serving until 9. And then on Sunday, it's roasted chicken from 11 until 8. Take a break and step into the cozy cabin. Katie's Log Cabin of Oakfield, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Okay, Oakfield threatening in the bottom of the second, but coming up empty. And we go to the top of the third with Oakfield leading 2-1. And KML bringing up number 9, 1 and 2 in the batting order, beginning with Kaylee Schwister. The designated hitter follows the first pitch off that she sees from Allie Lamonska to go down 0-1 in the count. Mackenzie Leering awaiting on deck, and Brooklyn Bartelt is in the hole now for KML. Kind of working low, and another fouled off ball off the bat of Schwister. Makes the count 0-2. Yeah, looks kind of sunny there behind us now, Jeff, where the weather is coming from, so hopefully we'll stay away from that rain. I got my umbrella just in case.
I'm going to trust Doug. Doug said it's not coming until after 6 o'clock, so I'll throw all the electrical equipment out there with the cameras and the wireless stream, and we'll see. Got to have faith in somebody, right?
Right. Schwister strikes out on 3 straight strikes from Allie Lamonska. That is the 4th strike. She had herself a single back in the first inning and ended up scoring the only run for the Chargers. And she does not hesitate. She swings at the first one and fouls it out of play over on the left field side. Again, a left-handed hitting Mackenzie Luring, the shortstop, up to bat.
They were looking good here on the radar.
Good. I'm ready for every eventuality. I've also been here when it's like 90 degrees and got a good sunburn here, so not today. Next pitch is going to miss about brim level high. Puts the count at 1-1.
Well, we talked about that. You know, we started out the baseball season over in Waupun, and it was 80. We're sitting in shorts and sweating to death, and we knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah. That sun feels pretty good out here now. This is a roller over towards a shortstop. Tadman picks it up, fires to first, and that is an out. Good job by the shortstop to Neil Tadman with a speedy runner, a left-handed runner also on that, but gets her by a half a step for the out. So 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Brooklyn Bartelt, the third baseman. Flew out an infield fly to shortstop back in the first inning. Change up that kind of sails outside. No offer from Bartelt makes the count 1-0. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a busy week. Jeff's week's, like you said, a little busier than mine. You're going to be working Friday, too, for Waupun. Did you do any of the games for the DeBoer Classic?
I did not. I thought about going down there, but decided that I was going to just rest up at home and knew we had a big week coming.
2-0 pitch on the ground, but pulled a foul over on the third base side. 2-1 the count on Brooklyn Bartelt with Jada Schultz awaiting on deck. Yeah, I've seen a lot of men's softball. This is really a short field out in left field for some of the men's tournaments they used to have here. I don't know if they still have them here, but those houses across the street were in jeopardy. Especially my brother-in-law, Kurt Visser, came over here. That one tournament, I think he had like 9 home runs over here, and a lot of people, good hitters, really had a heyday with the short fence that they have here.
Yeah, and the location, those houses are good targets.
Taking on the next pitch is Bartelt, but right down Main Street for a called strike. 3-2 the count on Brooklyn Bartelt. The bad part about the sun is that kind of makes the scoreboard a little harder to see out there. That one catches the inside part of the plate. Bartelt goes down looking, so 2 strikeouts in the inning. Just 3 batters step up. Nobody reaches. Nobody scores. And after 2.5 innings, Oakfield still holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Chargers of KML. Back in 1 minute with the bottom half of inning number 3 on RP Sports.
Let's spring into a new career with Saputo. Become part of a great company and team. Due to their continued growth, Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible maintenance and 12-hour shifts available in their Alto facility. Saputo offers entry-level pay starting at just under $23 per hour and operator's pay starting at over $26 an hour. Great benefits and shift pay. Log on Saputo.com/careers. Spring into a new career at Saputo. Saputo is an equal opportunity employer. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Boy, nice job by Ellie Lamonska in the top half of inning number 3. Got a couple strikeouts, one ground out in the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Oakfield defensively, and here they are in the bottom of inning number 3 with number 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Marissa Kotke up first and a called strike low in the zone into her from Katie Brandt. Marissa with a successful sacrifice of bunt, getting that runner over to second base back in the first inning. But got tossed out over at first. Shows bunt again, but offers and misses. Not going to get that extra step up the line almost with it, just kind of a running approach that she has with her bunt. Normally you see that from the left side of the plate. Comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to miss well high above the brim of Kotke. Makes the count 1-2. Olivia Robinson awaiting on deck. Had that nice hit off the fence out in left center field back in the first inning. RBI double off the bat of Robinson. Comes the 1-2 pitch, and that's also going to miss.
Good eye there. I don't know how she laid off that one, but it was really a good eye.
Nerves of steel. I'd just be hacking away. I'd probably be up there for 3 pitches. Swing, 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 out.
Especially the way that these pitchers have been moving the ball. And
2-2 pitch. That's popped in the air in the infield, and the first baseman, Emily Havorka, calls for it and gets halfway up the line for an easy out. 1 up, 1 down for Oakfield. It'll bring up Olivia Robinson. Like I said, crushed the ball out to the fence out in left center. And her at bat back in the first inning to put Oakfield up 1-0 at that time. Caitlin Volbright awaiting on deck. And again, on the first pitch, that's grounded over to Leering at shortstop and thrown over to first. Hauled in by Havorka over there for out number 2. So a quick inning going so far offensively for Oakfield. 2 up and 2 down. And Caitlin Volbright, the third baseman, coming up to bat.
Always amazed at watching the shortstops. I think that's probably the hardest throw here in the game, and they just stay with it, pick up and fire. I mean, they're both teams so far.
Some heat on that pitch. Working the inside part of the plate. No offer from Volbright, down to the count 0-1. That's usually your best athlete, and maybe your fastest athlete is out in center field. And get a lot of good shortstops.
Just how quickly they got to field and turn the hips to throw over to first. It's just it's bing bing, and if they don't do one little thing incorrectly, it's going to be safe.
So 1-1 the count to Volbright. This pitch is going to be outside, miss off the plate, puts the count at 2-1.
Haven't given enough credit also. I don't know who the catchers are. You've got that hopefully in your book, but the catcher here from KML is doing an outstanding job. I don't think there's been a pass ball yet.
This pitch is going to miss inside, makes the count 3-1. It's Gabby Klubertons behind home plate for the KML Chargers, and it's Savannah Tapp as the catcher for Oakfield.
Both of them calling a great game. Again, both of them making excellent stops with the ball.
3-1 the count. Now here's the pitch into Volbright, and is a called strike. Catching the upper part of the strike zone makes it a 3-2 count. Erica Moulter for Waupun back in the mid-90s, as we're talking shortstops. And she was an all-state left-handed shortstop.
Oh, my.
That was her favorite sport, but she got a free ride over to UW Milwaukee for volleyball. Could jump right out of the gym. Unbelievable athlete. That one's going to miss low. I always said she might be right up there with maybe the most complete all-around athlete that ever went through Waupun High School. And their basketball team also went to state back in the mid-90s with her as one of their key players.
Wow, what a phenomenal athlete in that program.
Oh, she was fun. And I got to meet her, and she's got a daughter on the, St. Mary Springs team, I think, or WLA, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet her, and I told her what I always tell people about her, and she's a little embarrassed, but it was fun to talk to her again. just this past basketball season over in Randolph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a. They had Carrie Dykstra was their big player. I think she went off to play in Upper Michigan somewhere for basketball. A very athletic class. Had fun covering them. Here's a strike called and the pitch into Allie Lamonska. She had an RBI single back in the first inning.
Nice change up there.
Oakfield with a runner on, but 2 down. Hunter at first base and still holding on to that 2-1 lead. Nice matchup. Good job by the coach scheduling a game against a team like this, Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Ooh, takes a little off on the changeup and a swing and a miss by Lamonska. Goes down swinging. So just one runner getting on with a walk, no hits, 1 strikeout, and nobody scores for Oakfield.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, Go Oaks in your game today. Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib. Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday night fish fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
Okay, we're back at Oakfield High School. Steve Winterhack along with Jeff Sauer. We'll talk to Doug Mock coming up in a little while and talk about what's happening with all the construction. Exciting stuff over at Oakfield High School. They took our stage away, so we can't sit and broadcast from the stage anymore as far as just the radio games. Number 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order up for KML. First batter is Jada Schultz. Grounded out to shortstop, but brought a run in back in the first inning. Looks at one that missed, makes it a 1-0 count. Emily Havorka waiting on deck, and in the hole, Gabby Klubertons. Kelly Lamonska still in the pitcher's circle for Oakfield. Offering on the next pitch, Schultz fouls it back into the screen. Count is now 1-1. See Aaron Shep down the line, too, and had a chance to follow his team all the way to the state tournament last year. Got us all the way over through sectionals and to the state tournament. Ran into a buzzsaw over there. Had a nice lead, and all of a sudden this team just went off. I can't remember which team it was exactly, but they were ranked number 1 and just loaded. They just finally got to the Oakfield pitching in about the 4th inning or so in that ball game. But Aaron had a nice run there, and his son had a nice he was the guy that made the winning shot in that game against Central Wisconsin Christian School with Bailey Shep. And they knocked off and upset the number 2 ranked team in the state in the regionals. We were at that game. Called strike on the next pitch in. Count now 3-2 to Jada Schultz. Oh, and chases the rise ball and goes down swinging. So that's the 6th strikeout of the ball game for Allie Lamonska, mixing it up good. Boy, I tell you what, he got a good pitcher. There was a good rise ball. That's a strike 3 pitch a lot of times, either that or a good changeup, and it got her on the rise ball for a strikeout. Emily Havorka steps up to the plate now. She was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Nice fastball right down the middle for a called strike. No offer on that one from Emily. Gabby Klubertons awaiting on deck. Next one is swung on and fouled back off the helmet of the catcher. Puts the count at 0-2.
Orange 44.
Yeah, Doug's in there. Yeah, what are you at, Jeff?
I'm in here.
Oh, there we go. Doug's
Hey.
joining us. Yeah, tell us what we're looking at when we look out way past the other diamond and the nice addition they put on right after this pitch. Let's see what we got. 0-2 pitch. A waste pitch there. Misses high and outside. What do you got going at Oakfield? I know they got the big referendum and got that approved and doing a lot of great things at Oakfield High School.
Yeah, the community passed over a $16 million referendum. Before that, you have to look at the Village Park. We have some amazing diamonds here, and it's a really unique community that all the entities work together. So we're very thankful for that relationship. In the school, yeah, when you drive through, they've added a new section to the east of the existing building. There's 5 classrooms and some office areas and study areas for kids, so it's super. It just opened. In fact, today was the first day for our middle schoolers. They moved in there, so they were super excited. It was neat to see. And now they'll continue on through a good part of the building. The majority will see some renovations. The only places the gym will get some new lighting and things like that, and the locker rooms for the boys and girls have been renovated a couple years ago, so they'll pretty much stay out of them. But otherwise, the whole building will be like a brand new facility. So we're super thankful for our community and their commitment to our student population.
That sounds great. Emily Havorka, by the way, she popped up to the shortstop, and that put 2 out on the board, and Gabby Kluberton's up to bat. The catcher called strike in the next pitch in, makes the count 1-1, and as you said, you're going to be putting a new fence in out here, too. What's going on with that?
Yes. We've had, portable fences for probably 10 or 15 years, dating way back to the Schaefers who came and built them for us. And over the course of time, they just wear out. And our rec department has purchased a super system that they're looking to install within the next 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. So that'll be a nice great upgrade here on the
Okay, we had 2 strikeouts. We'll get back with Doug again in the bottom half of inning number 4, but a couple strikeouts. Ali Lamanska owning the hitters for the Chargers in the 4th inning. And we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Oakfield still with that 2-1 lead. Back after this in just 1 minute on RP Sports. Okay, we're still, I guess we're not going to commercials, and Doug knows how to run Jeff's computer over there.
No,
but
we're good. We'll just chit-chat.
Well, let's talk about Allie out there, how she's doing. She's looking pretty rock solid.
This is a super game right now, and 2 really athletic teams are, battling is what you like to watch. So we're going to get a pitching change here for the Chargers, but Allie's been on the mound. She's been kind of splitting with Tennille Tadman, the shortstop, and she is such an effective shortstop. And so Coach is kind of, just kind of feeling his way through. But Allie's really looked sharp the last few games, and we expect to see her get better as the season goes on.
So she wasn't, was she always the main pitcher for you, or is this something that she's just been sharing leading up to the season, or what has she been doing?
Coach has always been big on 2 pitchers, which, we all know that's a huge advantage. So he does a great job of kind of divvying the time up. But so last year she did a little bit of time at the varsity and pitched on the JV team. And this year we're sitting at 17 kids, which is not an ideal number, as anybody knows. So no JV in a large group, but so it's kind of where we're at.
Okay, we're just trying to look for. Oh, here's they got a new pitcher in for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. They've got Ambryn Onenson in there now.
Tall girl, left-handed, little change here.
Yeah, that'll. It's nice to have a lefty out there that does throw everything off. Everything's just a little opposite what you're used to.
Absolutely.
And she is facing for Oakfield, number 18, Savannah Tapp up first. Savannah so far popped out back to our hit one over towards the pitcher and got the out. Next one is fouled off. Yeah, I see. I was just looking at the stats for Oakfield, and of course Allie with a 4-1 record on the season, 1.22 ERA, and then you've got Tennille Tadman, 3-0 on the season with a 1.56 ERA, and that's what a nice convenience to have 2 pitchers.
Yeah, and there's a freshman on the squad that's a good pitcher as well. So, it's just nice to have extras. But when Tennille can play shortstop every night, that's a huge benefit to this team. She's really super smooth. So,
little change up, and that is punched out past the second baseman out to right center field, and a leadoff single. Nice bit of hitting by Savannah. Not a full swing, just sticking the bat out there and taking it up the middle for a base hit.
Behind in the count, did a great job. Just hit it up the middle, hit it hard.
What do you see with the difference with the 2 pitchers, too, with Tadman and Lamanska? What do they both bring us different things to the table from what you've seen?
Yeah, definitely. I think Tennille's more, she changes her speeds a little bit more consistently. Not quite as overpowering as Allie can be, but, a crafty pitcher that way. And Allie has a number of pitches as well, but she's just a little bit quicker. So we're good either way. I just think, as we said before, with Tennille at shortstop, it's definitely a huge advantage. Not that, Krista can step in there and play, but the less you shuffle people, the better, I think.
Yeah.
The ideal is if you have, two people that share the position, pitching and share the same position on the diamond, that'd be the most ideal. But when they're not pitching.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are they doing with the getting some changes here?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
See, Alexis Liebenau supposed to be up here, and he's still getting ready to bat. So, no pinch runner or anything. That is.
No, he's over at the other dugout chit-chatting.
Oh, okay. Okay. So.
We're gonna have a.
Oh, we are gonna have another
runner. Oh, maybe pinch runner here, huh?
Macy Patton is coming in to do some running.
That'd be a courtesy runner again for the catcher. You can switch that up. So.
You miss your coaching years. I know you have coached a few state champions in your coaching career here, and had a nice career. You miss doing that, or you?
I just enjoy watching. I'm
Yeah.
helping out with the 8th grade middle school team a little bit when I can, and so it's fun.
Oh, so you're still involved with the program, so that's good. It's good for the program here at Oakfield, and just year after year, they just seem to reload and just keep on having great teams year after year. What a great tradition for softball in this town.
Yeah, the community has really bought into it. We talk a lot about that, even with the kids just in school, how, you've been fortunate to be exposed to it at a young age and appreciate that.
A little pop-up bunt attempt on the at-bat for Alexis Liebenau right back to the pitcher, so nobody goes anywhere. Runner still standing over at first base with one down.
Krista Stoppel, the batter.
Okay, and there's a bunt right back to the pitcher. Onenson picks it up, throws to first, gets the out, and runner does get over to second base, so a sac bunt. Now, is that family with Brian Sobel, the ex-coach, and having the great daughters and son that he's had athletes here?
That would be a niece of his.
A niece of his, okay.
Yes. He has a son playing baseball.
Yep.
See if we can get this one in. Last time there was a nice hit down the left field line.
It's popped in the air, and it's going to get over towards the screen. The catcher gives chase to it, Klubertons, but can't get to it. So, new life for Ryan Vielbig.
So, yeah, we're super excited for the new building. I know the kids are really excited, so be a great change for our community.
0-1 pitch, kind of a slow roll over to third base. Bartell charges, throws to first, and not in time, and gets herself over there. Good hustle up the first baseline by number 9 in the batting order, Ryan Vielbig, who's got herself a single and also a double in the ball game. So pretty good production out of number 9 in the batting order.
Yeah, she is super, super quick.
So you got runners at the corners now for Oakfield, trying to increase that lead, sitting at 2-1 here for the last few innings. And you got top of the order with Tennille Tadman coming up. Got on with an error and scored in the first. She has grounded out to third base in the second. Trying to make something happen, and a little more of a lead here for Oakfield. Runner goes, and they're got a play all set up and out at home plate. Nice job there with bringing a second baseman up a little closer right behind the pitcher. They throw it to her, throws back to the home plate and get the out there. So Oakfield again coming up empty here in the bottom half of inning number 4. We're still stuck at 2-1. Is Jeff back?
No,
Jeff's not back, so we still can't take a commercial break.
No, it's a nice little cutoff play, well executed by them. That's good stuff. I like watching that. He's out setting up his cameras. I see him out in left center. So,
yeah. So, too bad for Oakfield that had that opportunity again, but they're trying to be aggressive and trying some stuff against non-conference teams. Anybody tough that you've seen in the conference? I know Randolph is a decent team. I can't think who was the second-place team in the conference. I don't have that sheet in front of me right now.
No, I know Randolph got beat by Green Lake, so I'm not sure what's going on over there. I know they have a few nice players.
Cambria Friesland's got a 6-0 season. What's going on at Cambria? They're usually towards the bottom of the conference, but sitting at 6-0 right now.
No, I take that back. They have a really nice freshman pitcher, from what I hear. They've got it going. So good for them.
Yeah, I'm glad. I love to see that. I really love to see that. Get that. You want more competition. You want it in your conference. Absolutely. You don't want to always have to go outside of the conference. And man, when you got a loaded conference, at least 2 other teams in the conference that can push you a little bit, that really helps things out when you see them a couple times.
remember when we first entered the conference, the coach was Ron Hart, and he was just in awe. He says, someday, I said, I hope so. You know, you just got to, instill your kids to want to play, and that's awesome to see them have a great team. We have them towards the end of the year, so I'll be curious to see how that goes.
I know a few of the players, like I know Jory Bawalda opted out of playing, and that was a big loss for the Randolph Rockets, and just focusing in on, I guess, her track right now with the discus and stuff. She got to the state last year with shot put, and one of the greatest athletes they've had in the history of Randolph High School, with a four-sport athlete, and been to state in 3 different sports, and going off to UW Milwaukee for her college basketball.
Oh, awesome.
She opted not to play softball this year, and that was a big loss for the Randolph program, I know.
Yeah, that's for sure. In small schools you need as many kids, but kudos to her. You can only stretch yourself so far as well.
Yeah, she's already got 3 sports even without softball, but man, she had so many home runs, I think, last year between her and the
catcher.
And their catcher with can't think of her name right off the top of my tongue right now, and I should know her. But she broke the school home run record, and right behind her was Jory.
Yeah.
So both of those players just unbelievable.
Yeah. So I think they've had a few bumps, but by the time I'm sure they'll straighten it out and compete towards the top here as the season unwinds here.
Well, here we go.
Where are we sitting in order here?
We're sitting at number 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order coming up, starting out with the Elizabeth Elke, who got on with an error by the third baseman and that close play over at first base earlier. Swing and a miss on the first pitch into her. Haley Hess, scheduled batter right after her, and then Kira Schultz. So 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Big swing and a miss on the next pitch in. I think Allie's kind of in a nice groove right now. She's kind of feeling it.
Definitely helps when you can get ahead.
Yeah, 0-2 the count for Elke. 2-pitch, man, just bringing a challenger right down the middle with some heat and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8 in the ball game now for Allie Lamanska. On a roll right now, man.
She is getting ahead, and then you can move your pitches around a little bit and make them hit what you want.
Brings up Haley Hess, the left fielder. So far in the game, she just her second at bat, and she grounded out over to second base. Here's a called strike. They got a high and tight in the strike zone for a called strike. Yeah, always fun to come over here to Oakfield and get to see them play a few times before we cover you during the postseason. I was going to be at the state tournament a couple years ago, and Kevin Knutson was here, and they had the kidney stone, couldn't get to the game.
Yes, did the night before, if I recall.
It was just before, and I was all excited about going, and that happened. A called strike on the next pitch in.
Yeah, we're hosting the sectional final again, and there's Barneveld and Albany Judah and Johnson Crick has dropped down. I'm not sure where they're at. I know for the last few years they've been really good, so it's not an easy sectional.
Yeah, Barneveld, that's one who knocked them out last year, wasn't it? Over to second base and easily picked up by Krista Sabel. Throws to first to get the out, so a strikeout, a ground out, and that'll bring up Kira Schultz coming to the plate. She strike out back in the second inning. 2 up, 2 down. See if, the 1-2-3 inning here for the Oakfield Oaks defensively. And the last 2 innings. First pitch into her, misses a little bit high for ball 1. Yeah, I got Waupun baseball coming up tomorrow. They look like they've got a pretty nice team going. Had a nice tournament. I think they won all 3 of their games over in Waupun, I thought. Beating a pretty good Beloit Turner team.
Yeah, we're undefeated. We weren't in Waupun, though. No.
No, they had the DeBoer Classic this last weekend.
Oh.
For the Waupun varsity,
a
swing and a miss.
Them. Nice. They've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, they've been playing good. Got one thing Waupun always has, and you have to have in baseball, is depth in pitching. And a very young team, only 2 seniors, 2 senior starters, a catcher and a left fielder. But otherwise, they're still looking pretty strong. And as some of these young players get a little more experience under their belt, I think they're really going to be a force to be reckoned with by the end of the season and for the next few years.
Yeah, good. Who do they play tomorrow?
They play Ripon coming up tomorrow. This one's going to miss high. And a walk issued with 2 down to Kira Schultz. So 2 down, runner at first, and that will bring up a designated hitter, Kaylee Schwister. Is it designated hitter or designated player? What is it now? Do they have DH?
They have like a DP designated
DP,
player,
yeah.
so it gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah. Seen Tom Hagstrom use all these different things. He
Oh,
uses
yeah.
all the different rules you can possibly use out there. And I'm
this
like,
is-
man, I can't even keep up with it.
I heard this is last year, so kudos to him.
Yeah. He had a long
You bet.
stint there. One trip to the state tournament during his reign at Waupun. And they'll have some interesting choices to make once he leaves. And who they're going to bring in as the next coach. Got Derek
Yeah.
Stanke going to be, he's the head of the now Legion Softball League in the state. And he's going to be coaching the Waupun Legion team. Swing and a miss on the next pitch in. So 2 strikeouts. One player walked and stranded at first base. Nobody gets past first base for KML. And after 4.5 innings, it is Oakfield still in the lead, 2-1.
And you can take a break.
I
and
can take a break.
I'm going to cut out and let Jeff
Well, thanks.
come back. So
Thanks, Doug, for joining us.
bet.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Good information. So, again, thanks to Doug Mock, the activities director at Oakfield. We'll take a break. Be back with the bottom half of inning number 5 in just 1 minute on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet. HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Okay, are we back?
We are back.
Okay, well, thank you. We are back kind of looking around here and checking out the crowd. You got the dugout has moved way up the line here. They did that some years back here to make some nicer dugout areas, and used to be way down the line, almost way back to where third base is for Oakfield, but now they're right here. And used to have a lot of bleachers that were just kind of behind me. There's one little small section here. Everybody's softball crazy and softball savvy in this town of Oakfield. This is swung on and hit high in the air, but pulled out of play over on the left field side. 0-2 the count now for Marissa Kotke up to bat. Oh, this is not. This is Daniel Tadman, I should say, up to bat, and hits one out to the left field side. Daniel Tadman again up to bat, gets herself a leadoff single. Right out to right field. Now Marissa Kotke up to bat now.
Well, let's see how well I can pay attention here, Steve, for a little bit. I got the extra cameras set up, so I'm going to have to really focus and make sure I don't miss any plays. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Kotke almost showing bunt there, but does not offer, but a called strike on the first pitch into her. So far, Marissa in the ball game. Sacrifice bunt. They got the runner to second in the first inning and also flew out to third base back in the third inning. Yeah, a nice little bunt back over to the first baseman, and she's been rock solid there, has Emily Haborka. Has the second baseman, Jada Schultz, covering over there. But again, the job completed by Marissa for the second time in the ball game with a sac bunt. And puts the runner over at second base. And we'll bring up Olivia Robinson to the plate. She's had a double. Also has grounded out over to shortstop so far in the game. Bounces across the plate, but a nice job by Klubertons to smother it and keep it in front of her and keep the runner over at second base.
You described it perfectly, was smother it. I mean, she was on top of it and kept everything in front of her.
Another hard hit ball to shortstop, but cleanly picked up by Luring. Throws it across the diamond. And I tell her first baseman comes off that base in a hurry.
Yeah, she does.
It almost makes you wonder if she stayed on there when the ball got to her, but out over at first base keeps the runner over at second base. And Caitlin Valbright steps to the plate. Caitlin is grounded out and has walked on base both Just one time so far in the ball game. Change up, and that's taken right down the left field line, and Oakfield's going to try to score a run, and they are going to score a run. An RBI, throw to second base, not in time. RBI double for Caitlin Volbright. Nice job, and Oakfield a much-needed run against a very good team from Kettle Moraine Lutheran. They get that runner in from second base, and a nice hit right down the line for Caitlin Volbright to bring in that run.
KML is in the Waupans conference, correct?
Yes.
And they're not considered one of the top teams?
Well, right now they're, I'm not sure who they all played. I'd have to look, and I did copy that down as far as who they played in the season, but so far I think they're...
Yeah, I'm just impressed, though, with them, I
here.
guess is the point that I'm trying to make. I mean, because you got Kewaskum in there, Winnicott, you got Waupun, and now you got KML all in the mix there for that East Central Conference.
Yeah, KML sitting at 2-1 in the conference right now, but only 2-3 on the season so far. Everybody's just kind of getting into that conference part of the season. Not a lot of games played within the conference. Waupun just 1-1 so far, but I was very impressed from what I've seen from the Lady Warriors so far on the season. And like I said, expect big things by the end of the season and for the next few years. And there's a shot up the middle, and that's going to score another run for the Oakfield Oaks off the bat of Ali Lamanska. An RBI single. There you go. Oakfield now tacking on some runs and finally getting to the pitching with Ambryn Anensen on the pitcher's circle right now. Her second inning in the ball game, but facing the top of the order. Oakfield getting some runs across the plate, now leading 4-1.
I guess what I was also trying to make that point across here, Oakfield, these are Division III teams, if I remember correctly, right? And they're right here playing hard against this team, and I mean they've been doing a great job against their pitchers, and very impressed with this Oakfield Oaks team.
Yeah, and the last game that Oakfield played was against the Division III school, the number 7 ranked team in the state, New Holstein, and they only lost in that game 4-2. And coach says, not a great game for us, but again, it was good to get tested. Even you gain something out of a victory or a loss like that, even a loss against a good team. Kind of pushes you hard and set them up to play another big team here today. Oakfield, they'll be playing against Wayland Academy, who doesn't have a great team again this year, sitting at 0-10 on the season. And they play a doubleheader against them coming up tomorrow here at this diamond at 4 o'clock, and then right after that game. So those are the games those are the reasons you play teams like this out of conference, just to get some challenge, because they're not going to get much of a challenge coming up tomorrow. Maybe get some other players out there and get some playing time and some experience out on the field defensively. A few swings. And a nice throw by the catcher over to second base, getting the runner out over there, but a good inning for the Oakfield Oaks, coming up with 3 base hits, 2-run score, and after 5 complete, Oakfield leading KML by a score of 4-1. Back at the top of the 6th inning, coming your way in just 1 minute on RP Sports.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Let our family take care of yours. We offer American Standard and Coleman furnaces and air conditioners that come with a 15-year parts and a 10-year labor warranty. Schedule us to come out and make sure your furnace, AC, or geothermal units are running at peak efficiency. Serving Fond du Lac, Dodge, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on to allphasecomforts.com.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Okay, we are back at Oakfield High School. Steve Winterhack along with Jeff Sauer. Glad we had a chance to talk to the activities director here and former coach of Oakfield, and really knows the game well, and a great supporter of his high school sports. He knows especially softball that he's still helping with it at the middle school level. These girls all ready and groomed to get up to high school, and just a great system and a great bunch of people obviously coaching these girls year after year to get them all the success they've had. They're leading 4-1 going to the top of the 6th inning. And first ball is hit out towards center field over the top of the right fielder. And it's going to make it all the way to the fan stand. Boy, some wheels by Kettle Moraine Lutheran's Mackenzie Leering gets herself all the way to third base. Just spanks one out to the right center field fence at the top of the outfielder. Gets herself a leadoff triple. Yeah, she's 2 for 3 in the ball game, but man, she's jumped all over that pitch and has got herself at third base. That'll bring up Brooklyn Bartelt, who has flown out and struck out so far in the game. Still in the pitcher's circle for the Oakfield Oaks is Allie Lamonska. We'll get some interviews after the ball game. So we'll get a chance to talk to a few of the Oakfield Oaks and possibly the coach. This has popped out towards short right field. Leering is tagging. Here comes the throw home and easily scoring a very speedy Mackenzie Leering. Didn't even have the jets on that, but she did what she needed to do for her team. Got herself to third base and then just a little fly out to right field that got her to score. So KML with an answer, gets one run across the plate and tightens the game back up to 4-2 in favor of Oakfield. And Jada Schultz up to bat, and this one is hit in the air down the right behind the first baseman and hauled in by the second baseman, Krista Sabel. Rolls off her webbing into the palm of her glove a little bit, but still hauls in. Good job all the way right by the line, right behind first base. A long way to run, and actually a chance to just sit back there and wait for the ball. So a good hustle there by the second baseman, Krista Sabel. Emily Havorka up to bat. Foul ball on the first pitch in, makes the count 0-1. 4-2 the lead now for Oakfield. One run in here in the top of the sixth inning.
Being really patient at the plate. Trying to make sure that they get the pitch that they want. At least what I've noticed in this inning.
And gets one hit out to short left field. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. And it is a base hit for Emily Havorka, who's been doing a rock-solid job covering those bunts as a first baseman for the Chargers of KML and get herself her first base hit of the ball game. So runner back at first base, and coming up to bat is Gabby Klubertans, the catcher. Jeff had mentioned the great job that she's doing behind home plate, is not letting anything get by her and stops everything and calling a great game in the catching position for the Chargers.
Well, those rise bells have been getting on her so quickly, and I just have been amazed again how quickly she gets that glove up to stop it and knock it down.
0-1 pitch. Next one, how about the shoelaces? Mrs. Lowe, as I'm tying my shoelaces here. I'll trip over that when I have to go out later. 1-1 the count. 2 down, runner at first base. Run has crossed the plate, and a nice job on that one. Taking a little off and a swing and a miss by Klubertans. Puts the count at 1-2. See if Oakfield can just reduce the damage to 1 run. 1-2 pitch. That is popped in the air out towards right field, and getting underneath it and bringing it in is Ryan Vilbeg to get the out, but not before they give up a triple to Leering to lead things off, and she gets sacrificed home. They get 1 run to cross the plate. Now 4-2 in favor of the Oakfield Oaks. The bottom of the 6th inning is just 1 minute away on RP Sports.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday night fish fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Okay, we are back at Oakfield High School and trying to check the radio part of this too, and hopefully we haven't had music playing behind my call. Some music's playing on there, so I had to get that turned off, and we are ready to bring you the bottom of inning number 6. Oakfield coming up with number 6, 7, and 8 to the plate, and still Ambrin Anundson in the pitcher's circle for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, their second pitcher.
It's always the challenge when we come someplace new and on the road. We never know what we're going to run into as far as technology-wise and power cords and scrambling to throw everything up, especially both of us finishing our regular jobs.
Savannah Tapp up to bat. She has grounded out. She has got a single back in the fourth inning. And watch a strike one go by, no offer. 0-1 the count. It's on the ground up the third base line. Stays fair. Picked up by Bartelt, the third baseman, and has time yet to throw to first to get the out. Kind of hit it down off the plate and up the third base line. Just kind of stayed fair. And the third baseman, Bartelt, takes care of it and gets a rope over to first to get the out. So that will bring up Alexis Liebenau. She has got on with an error back in the second inning. Also has flown out to first base so far in the ball game. Batting in that number 7 position. 0-1 the count to Alexis. Krista Sabala waiting on deck. This pitch, she chases a high one and fouls that off into the screen. Makes the count 0-2. Again, Waupun Warrior Boys baseball coming up tomorrow night. I think that's a 4:30 start on that game over at the Gus in Waupun. Waupun taking on the Ripon Tigers. And then on Thursday, Jeff and I will be over at Schlevy Field, and a called strike going down looking. Some nice pitches there and a good mix-up of pitches by Ambrin Anundson, and gets a strikeout.
I don't think I've ever called a game or video live streamed a game from Schlevy, so that'll be another scramble, and I know that with that higher fence, I'm not sure how I'm going to get a center field camera if I will be able to.
Not sure. They got a high, like I said, they got a higher fence out there and a bit of an ancient press box there, but still it's a nice press box just right behind home plate, and a little bit looks a little bit like what that one does inside that you're in here at Oakfield, but just a little bit wider.
So we should be able to get a good camera shot.
I hope so. Okay. Looking for where, there's their roster right here, and they've got number 4, Elizabeth Elke up to bat. I'm not sure if that's right or not. That doesn't look like, I thought there was another Elke with a different number. Swing and a miss on the first pitch in, I should say, for Oakfield up to bat. He is Alyssa Lanning. Is it Lanning or Laning?
Lanning or Lanning?
Okay.
Lanning?
Lanning.
Yeah.
Up to bat right now. Alyssa Lanning up the bat. 0-2 the count. It's just a junior, and another one of the youth movement they have going on here in Oakfield. How many seniors they have listed here? 1, 2, 3. 3 seniors.
Wow.
The rest are all underclassmen. See, maybe a couple freshmen in there, a few sophomores. Pretty good junior class. That one's going to be on the ground and outside to Lanning. So Lanning batting in the spot that Krista Sabel would have been in. 2-2 the count to Alyssa. 2-2 pitch. Kind of works inside, swings, fouls it on the ground over on the third base side. Stays alive at 2-2. Waiting in deck is Ryan Vielbig. Number 9 in the batting order. It's 2 for 2 in the game. Is Ryan a double and a single out of your number 9 batter in the batting order? Sounds like Waupun baseball.
Yeah.
They got Camp in there, Hunter Camp, and he always sits up the top of the order, and he did it last year and doing it again this year. Nice batting average out of your number 9 player, and kind of on purpose done by Coach Derek Stanke for the boys baseball team for Waupun.
Nice bat here.
Oh, and this one kind of jams her. It's going to be kind of a tough play. That's going to squirt past the first baseman. Of course, it has a ton of spin on it. And then coming up was Emily Havork, who's been rock solid over there, but she let that thing hit the ground, and then it spun right between her legs off to the right. And safe over at first base.
Looked like a trick shot in pool there,
yeah.
getting that cue ball. Got to spin around. And
Yeah, nice job there by Lanning, battling up there and getting himself to first base. So 2 down, runner at first base, and that'll bring up the left-hander Ryan Vielbeg up to bat. Just one miss off the plate. Throw over to first and diving head first, just in time. He is Lanning. All I could see, because we've got the umpire right here, and all I could see is just her hand getting there just before the throw got there.
Yeah, safely. I got posts and stuff in my way here, as you can see occasionally. But
yeah, it's not the ideal place, and it's hard to get these places that are video friendly. That's something that nobody thought of when they put these diamonds up years ago, and now it's become a big thing, especially after COVID. Everybody's got the video stuff going right now, and maybe not as many with the softball and the baseball, and that's why we're lucky to have Jeff along with us for this too.
Well, and we add the announcing too. A lot of these places, they just are trying to base it off of what their gyms have as far as a little microphone, right? And we've been adding in the color now for the last 2 years for sure. And
yeah, it's nice to add that on to it too. But I've been doing the radio stuff, and that's an announcer guy since the 90s already. And getting issued a walk is Vielbeg to stay perfect on the day. That puts runners at first and second. So Oakfield making some noise right now in the top of the order coming up after the first 2 are retired. Oakfield's got runners ever at first and second base. And that'll bring up to Neil Tadman. She had a single and scored back in the 5th inning. 2 runs they got in that inning. And she's been crossed home plate a couple times now for Oakfield. Couldn't hurt to have an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a throw over to first base, and they're going to call the runner out. Nice little zip throw over to first base, and they do get Vielbeg out. So Oakfield comes up empty after 6 innings complete. It is Oakfield leading 4-2, and Oakfield just has to take care of things defensively with KML. We'll be back with the top of the 7th right after this on RP Sports.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Katie's Log Cabin of Oakfield is a proud sponsor of today's game. Great specials, including Tuesday, $3 off pizza serving 5 till 9. Wednesday, wing special serving 3 till 9. Thursday, rotating special 11 till 9. A Friday fish fry from 11 until 9. And Saturday, fish fry all day and prime rib starting at 4, serving until 9. And then on Sunday, it's roasted chicken from 11 until 8. Take a break and step into the cozy cabin. Katie's Log Cabin of Oakfield, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Okay, here we go. Top of the 7th inning. Oakfield with a 4-2 lead. They had 2 runs in the 1st inning and 2 runs in the 5th inning. And this ball is a hit over towards a shortstop and a hauled in by Tadman for out number 1. Board here.
She's wearing sunglasses. I'm surprised that she was able to pick that ball up, but I guess it is that fluorescent yellow. So
yeah, sometimes some of those lenses actually make things a little brighter.
Right.
Out there. So this brings up number 7 in the batting order with Haley Hess. Grounded up to second base a couple times. Called strike into her on the first pitch in. Nice dominant performance by Ellie Lamonska now with 9 strikeouts in the ball game. And let's see, she's only given up 3 hits, 1 in the 1st inning, and then 2 hits, I should say, in the 6th inning. Just a dominant performance, and also 2 for 3 from the plate for her.
Great game.
Yeah. Nice complete game. This next pitch is going to miss inside. It's a count at 2-1.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Really good opponent here for Oakfield. Again, the KML, I know we've talked about it a couple of times, but I am just impressed with really both of these teams, but Oakfield has been phenomenal.
You want me right at home plate to do her?
Yeah, you can do wherever you'd like. I can. Home plate would probably work well, but
right inside or somewhere right there, so we're not.
Probably right at the plate. I've got a good camera shot there. I can zoom a little bit more. Hopefully, I won't end up focusing on the fence. If I do, I'll just back it out. We'll see what happens.
Comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to miss inside. So one down, but a walk issued to Haley Hess. Puts a runner at first base. They have a different batter up here than has been batting here so far in the ball game, and they do.
Number 13.
Number 13, Kayla Kanak. He is up. I believe that's how he told me to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Kevin Knutson, coach here a couple years ago. We had another person do the game in the last second, like you mentioned, had a kidney stone, so I didn't get to go up to Green Bay, and then he was calling Kevin Knutson Kevin Knutson on the radio, and I quick called Nick Rush. They said, I don't have Steward's number, but we got to at least get the names right for the team you're there to call.
Right, and for the head coach.
Yeah, the head coach, yeah. Kevin, well, from over in the Randolph School District, he was their AD and superintendent all at the same time, and then he had a history of coaching softball, came over to Oakfield.
Kevin was a great guy. I knew him a little bit through when he was a principal as well. So, and when he came over to Randolph, I was a principal over at Dodgeland, so we had a chance to connect together in some of those meetings.
That can't be an easy job doing both of those jobs. Good job going with some high heat and a swing and a miss for another strikeout. Strikeout number 10 for Allie Lamonska. Puts 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, I always talk to Kevin. I don't know how he could have pulled it off because the superintendent alone is, you have 12, 14-hour days for probably 3 or 5 days out of the week. And then the athletic director is there for anywhere between 3 and 5 days out of the week, depending upon what else is taking place. So I don't know how he did it. It absolutely amazed me. I even asked him about it at one time, and he said he wouldn't have changed it for the world. He loved it.
Taya Thomas coming up for her first at-bat of the ball game, left-handed hitter for the Chargers. Guess we'll try to get a few interviews.
Absolutely.
After the Bob Schaefer. We'll see if we can get him along with a couple of his players. I know we're definitely going to get Allie Lamonska if she'd like to be interviewed. We'll get her.
Ooh.
That one's going to just miss.
Yeah, that had a nice little curve on it. I think it came right across the edge of the plate, but it might have been already past the plate when it was there.
2-0 the count. Into Thomas. Called strike on the next pitch in. Makes the count 2-1. So Oakfield just 1 out away, leading 4-2 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. This one high and tight. Taya kind of backs out of there. 3-1 the count now on Thomas. That runner at first base and a 2-run lead for Oakfield. The next pitch is going to miss outside. The only bad part about this is you've got a very good, we'll see who's coming up to bat here, and it should be.
Looks like number 2.
Yeah, number 2, and that's Mackenzie Luring. She had that triple, and she got the third base in a hurry, and that not exactly what you wanted to see. Get a couple runners on, and then you get maybe their best hitter, easily their best hitter, Mackenzie Luring coming up. She's had a single, she's had a triple, and she's actually got some people to work with on base right now with runners at first and second base.
And she's been playing the shortstop and been super solid at shortstop defensively as well.
So, again, Coach Rob Schaefer going there to settle him down now, but not sure what the best call is on this. You pitch to her, you give her a free pass and load up the bases, and face number 2 in the batting order who's flown out a couple times and struck out. But I tell you,
that's what it is. Coach Schaefer says that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's I think a
Puts
good
her
call.
on and loads the bases. I don't know how the number 2 hitter, number 1, how has she done throughout the game here,
Yeah,
Steve?
she's their number 1 hitter. She's scored a couple times, and she had a triple and a single and one hard ground out. She's hit the ball hard every time and grounded out over to shortstop. So that will bring up Brooklyn Bartelt.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. How is Brooklyn?
Brooklyn so far in the game has flown out a couple times and has struck out.
Okay. So it's probably a good strategy thinking about how things have gone.
So and the coach has decided to maybe put a little more speed on the base pass to James Ott, and kind of going to maybe we'll get some players to come in here. Re-entry coming in back into the ball game will be Kaylee Schwister to head over to second base.
Well, that's a tying run over at second, so they want to get some speed out there and see if, with any base contact, see if she can get in here.
Kind of went from kind of just rolling here and just getting the game up to, hey, we could maybe tie this thing or maybe win this ball game.
Right, exactly.
To the top of the order up, and now bases loaded with 2 down. So first pitch, a called strike.
Right after, right down the plate, right at knee level.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch. Kept her right at the knees. And bases loaded. Tying run standing over at second base. A 4-2 lead for Oakfield. Next pitch, and that is hit out towards center field, and that's going to get hauled in by the center fielder, Olivia Robinson. Has to come in on a horse and gets it in. Their glove, and good job by Oakfield escaping. Bases loaded. And an opportunity for the opposing KML Chargers to maybe tie this ball game up, maybe go ahead in the ball game, but a nice job by Olivia Robinson out in center field to squeeze it and bring it in, and Oakfield wins 4-2 against KML. And I think I'm going to
head
come
out
in and get my microphone, and we're going to get some interviews with at least a couple players and the coach.
I'm going to put in an ad real quick, and then we'll be back.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Okay, yeah, bring them over here. We'll go right by home plate.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday night fish fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
Okay, we're back at Oak High School, Oakfield, taking on the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers, and a 4-2 victory for the Oaks here today. And we'll keep an eye on you throughout the season, and hopefully a nice long run in the playoffs for you. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys coming out and stop by again.
Okay, we'll be back. Rob Schaefer again to the Oakfield Oaks joining us, and we're going to send it back to Jeff back in his little hut over there. I don't know if he's ice fishing or what he's doing, and it's getting colder, but we'll send.
Also know that we lost a little bit of throughout the whole game until we got right here towards. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, we the Memorial Park here. We have an idea what we want to set up, so for continuing to provide that support so that we can do these things on the road. This is Jeff Sauer here for RP Sports, along with Steve Winterhack. Steve Winterhack did a fantastic job again calling the game, and Oakfield Oaks beat.
See, go Pollen! Puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go.
Out of bounds. Waldo's going to get
alley-oop to Ben Emba.